Hello friends and family from around the world. This is Mike with Morning Dew, daily events worldwide, and we are on May 29th, 2020. Welcome to another surviving day on this planet. Welcome to the Daily Dew, where we look at space weather, world weather, disaster alerts from around the world. And we're looking at two solar flares that erupted. Looking here, Solar Dynamics Observatory, two M-class solar flares erupted early this morning. And these are incoming sunspots. Observing them here at 511 angstroms. 304 angstroms here. Very active region that is incoming. So, needless to say, our sun is awake. As we had that one sunspot's been hanging around, getting ready to depart, we now have two more that are incoming. One producing two M-class solar flares. Looking here at another light, show our coronal hole. We did have a small Earth-facing coronal hole wind stream. Looking for that to increase today. We're already seeing the solar winds die down ahead of it. Give you another quick look here, because you don't see them often. But thank you to Solar Dynamics Observatory, we can. Amazing stuff. And with a collapsed magnetosphere, when we come out of this cycle, we have to be careful, aware, and prepared. Looking here at our real-time solar wind, we are steady at about 310 kilometers per second. Things have quieted down. I wanted to show you here our geospace magnetosphere. That is the calm before the storm. Looking here at our Schumann resonance as well, as we are at a power of 63. We are at a power of 63 today. We had a little spike of activity. We definitely had some activity for earthquakes. Most recently here, a 5.2 in L'Esperance, New Zealand, and as well this 5.1 in the Tonga region at 585 kilometer depth. So watch for a larger, shallower earthquake to follow, which we already had the 5.2 L'Esperance. So stay aware and prepared. Still watching things rock across Papua New Guinea, as well as seeing some earthquakes up through Japan and into Kamchatka, Russia. Watching Indian plate movement as well, 4.5. Burma, 4.6 here. Mid-Indian Ridge, and as well India here with a 4.1. 4.4 here in Iran, as well 4.3 in Greece. So that's some straight Eurasia plate movement from east to west. As well, looking here, South America, recently 4.9, 118 kilometer depth, and as well 4.8, both in Argentina. 4.8 here in Guatemala. As well, still watching Puerto Rico go off here, minor earthquakes. Some sizable ones here to report, 3.5. And then, today, across the United States, still a lot of minor rumbles in Nevada, and then some shockingly earthquakes, 2.5 and a 3.1 just west of Yellowstone. Could Yellowstone be waking up? Stay aware and prepared. Stay tuned to Morning Dew. And if you ever need to check out the earthquake live stream, just see if I'm live, and you'll be able to check out the latest for earthquakes. So that is the last 24 hours for earthquakes. Let's just have a look at the last 7 days, as most of the deep action has been in South America, and as well the Tonga region, and earlier on in the week through Marianas Trench in the West Pacific. But now we're watching our quiet zone. So stay aware and prepared, North American plate. I do believe we could be on the verge of a very large earthquake, right from Alaska down into San Andreas. Stay aware. Let's go to the Pacific Disaster Center here, where we share the most recent volcano updates. Sangay in Ecuador, Sabancaya in Peru, Kluchevskoye in Russia, as well Dakono in Indonesia, Asosan in Japan, Swiss-Najima, also Shivelich, and Popo and Fuego. So that's about Semeru as well. So that's 11 volcanoes being updated the last 24 hours around the world. Stay tuned this evening to the volcanic activity report. It will be coming tonight, I promise. I do my best to put out the videos when I can, and sometimes I just don't have the time. Looking here at extreme heat weather warnings throughout southeastern Canada, and as well observing here, this is the last 3 days of imagery over the United States. Huge low pressure system that scooted through and brought a lot of moisture and storms, but is now heading eastward and then northeastward towards Ontario. But there was still quite a push of cool air, and we have another tropical depression forming here over Honduras and heading into the Gulf of Mexico. In the 5-day forecast, most likely will be a tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico in the next 3 days. So stay tuned to the Morning Dew. Looking here at the 5-day forecast, starting here, home base Calgary, Alberta, as throughout the weekend we could have some extreme weather, especially northern Alberta, Edmonton further north, as a huge low develops there and crashes into some very cool temperatures that it seem to be lingering around the north. Still late season. Across the eastern half of North America, things are going to be drying out completely. High pressure ridge moving in, but then watch in the 5-day forecast the Gulf of Mexico to brew something up. And just look at this forecast. Definitely some rotation in this low pressure system. We'll see how much strength it gets in the next couple days. Now, if we've got flares, M-class flares that are possibly on our way, or if we have a coronal hole wind stream, those are most likely to increase the wind speeds of cyclones on Earth. Overlooking the Atlantic Ocean, watching an area of interest, tropical depression that will head into Newfoundland later in the week and will be a drenching event, probably about 6 days of rain. Stay aware and prepared, Newfie friends. Overlooking Europe, high pressure ridge still locked in over central and into the United Kingdom. Warm temperatures hanging around and very dry. Not much moisture to talk about at all, really. The energy seems to be moving off the coast of Spain. As well, looking here into Oman and as well India, we have a tropical depression which is forming in the coming days and will be making landfall Wednesday into Thursday into western India. And as well, we've got this low pressure system that seems to be just drenching Oman and parts of Yemen over the coming days as well. So watch for some flooding conditions there for sure. No typhoons to talk about in the West Pacific. Not much to talk about in Australia except for the rain and possibly heavy snow, higher mountainous regions. Very cool temperatures though. Anybody watching from Australia, let me know if that's really cool. If it's abnormally cool. You know what I mean? How cool is it? Overlooking Africa, not much to talk about. Daily evaporation rains, parts of western coast of Africa. And as well, looking over here, South America. Most of the energy is being sucked up into the low that is over Honduras, heading into the Gulf of Mexico. I'm going to leave you here looking at the Southern Hemisphere versus the Northern. Thank you all for watching today. Don't forget to smack that like button. I appreciate all of you. Stay aware and prepared. Stay young and have fun. And get your morning dew. Much love to y'all. God bless humanity. Bye-bye.
Thank you.